location at the Benzinga Cannabis Capital Conference. We're with Matei Olaru, the CEO of Lift & Co. Matei, always a pleasure to have you.
Always a pleasure to be here.
So a short while back, the company reported its Q3 earnings, and this was your sixth straight quarter of triple-digit earnings. What is it that you're doing differently? What is it that you're doing right?
Well, we've always had the thesis that cannabis will be a consumer packaged good, and we position our platform to be able to help that evolution, better market and selling insights to understand that trend. I think all that's happening is that trend is starting to materialize. We're seeing value-add products coming soon, legalization, and we're seeing our thesis take shape. More dollars are coming our way because we built a product for this stage of the industry.
So a rapidly growing industry and now taking on the form of a CPG industry. Marketing is a huge problem given the restricted advertising regulations. You've come up with a couple of product lines that kind of address that. Can you tell us about that?
Of course. Our most recent that we're very excited about is our trade marketing line of products. So for us, that's very much creating a platform of communicating brands to the bud tender, the person selling the product. We recently announced we won that certification in Ontario where we're the only approved trainer for all bud tenders in Ontario.
Yeah, can sell.
Can sell, that's right. So that's very exciting for us because now we know every bud tender in the province. And this province is 40% of the population. So on behalf of brands, we can say, hey, we can get you in front of every brand, or every retailer, overnight. So we create content and we monetize access to those bud tenders.
Okay. Tell us more about Cancel.
Cancel. Well, Cancel's been in the works for almost 2 years. We partnered with Mothers Against Drunk Driving in 2017 with the idea that we wanted to be that certifying authority. And Cancel was our 7th jurisdiction. We're in 6 other jurisdictions. And the AGCO, the Alcohol and Gaming Commission, in February we announced that they gave us a government-granted exclusive to be the only trainer for several years, which means that every new employee, every new store has to work with Lift in Ontario.
Okay. For the rest of this year, in 2019, any particular initiatives you have in mind for Lift & Co?
International. International. We've announced our step into the European Union already. We'll be in Germany in September. And we recently brought on a CFO with extensive public company experience. So we're very much looking at the US space for some opportunities to get us there a little bit quicker.
The last time we spoke, you described Lift as the TripAdvisor of the cannabis space. Is that vision still there, or are you thinking of something bigger than that?
Definitely. I mean, our review platform is the TripAdvisor for cannabis. And our reviews is one of those 4 channels I mentioned of our house of marketing channels. So our business is a channel business. So TripAdvisor is for consumers. Cancel is for bud tenders. The insights are from those 2 channels, and we have our event marketing. So within the house of channels, we very much still have the TripAdvisor channel.
Tell us about how the market is responding to the Lift stock, and given all these interesting initiatives happening in the company, and what kind of value can you bring to them this year?
Definitely. I think like any new micro-cap company, we are less than 1 year on the public market, so we experience some very wild swings. But I view being a public company as being a new startup. And you get out there, you tell the story to analysts, to investors, and they expect you to execute. We told our investors, hey, look out for retail. We were very fortunate and strategic in how we won Ontario, and we saw more interest, more volume as we start to tell that story. So I think over the remainder of 2019, as investors see the ability for us to drive revenue from that training platform, to drive data revenue, because now companies care about data, it's getting competitive, we'll quickly get the traction that our investors are looking for, and really that we're very confident we'll be able to hit long term.
So Lift is a long-term story.
We definitely think it's a long-term story. I mean, in the short term, when concentrates are legalized, when supply meets demand in Canada, those are good conditions for us. And it becomes more competitive, so you want to stock things that sell, so understanding the data becomes important. Reviews become more important for consumers. So there's some very short-term catalysts, but long-term, we want to be that Nielsen, that provider of insights no one else has. And that's a very valuable but longer term strategy.
Like a one-stop resource.
That house of marketing channels, being able to give you the data and the channels to reach consumers in retail.
Excellent. Matei, such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much and enjoy your time at the conference.
Always. Thank you for having me.